Really Mexican food.
Okay, so I'm done cooking my beans. They cooked for about 4.5, 5 hours at a good temperature, or at a good yeah, temperature. Not too high because then the beans will overflow, but not too slow either. I had to add more water. I remember the first time I added 4 more cups of water because the water cooks down as it absorbs into the beans, and so you have to kind of watch and make sure that you add water. So I think I was a little wrong earlier because I said you don't want to cook it to mush, which, I mean, if you look, the beans are still whole and intact, but they are really mushy. If you look, they mush very easily, so it is kind of a mush, but still whole and intact and whatnot. So this is what your beans are going to look like when they're done, nice and soft. You could actually almost just eat it like this, which is really yummy. You want to add some salt maybe, but to give it the refried effect, that comes a little bit later. I actually put I had a little chunk of ham in my freezer, so I put it in there to cook with it. Sometimes I have a ham bone, just to give it some flavor, just to give it some little extra yumminess and stuff. That's not necessary, but so this is what your beans are going to look like. And see the water. If I was still cooking it and I were to come to my pot and check on it and see this, I would add water to this because the water's starting to cook down, and you want to keep the water pretty full as you're actually cooking the beans and stuff. So I will talk you through the whole refried session here in just a little bit.